Hello children, expert of linguistics here. If you clicked on this video, then I know why you're here. You got your shit kicked in because you tried to interact with some native speakers in Roppongi, but they hated you because you speak Japanese like a fucking freak. Hey, don't worry, you're on the Maruhi Academy channel. My purpose in life is to fix your Japanese and probably get you laid along the way. Here are my tips on speaking like an expert. Like, comment, subscribe. Alright, let's do this. Let's get the easiest tips out of the way first. First obvious tip is to be confident. Have confidence when you speak. Japanese is a fast-paced language compared to other languages, so natives tend to go through words at like twice the pace of how English is spoken, right? The more confidence you have, the more faster and fluid the words just fire out of your mouth. It's easier said than done, but you can practice at home by just reading out loud all types of books and shit. As you practice, make sure to perfect pronouncing words in a Japanese accent. Biggest red flags I've seen when people trying to pronounce in a Japanese accent are A, how they pronounce rarirurero. It's not like an English L, it's more pronounced like an in-between of L and R. Listen carefully, right? Lo, ro, ro. It's like you're pronouncing L, but instead of leaving your tongue behind your teeth, it's a bit higher and you flick it down when you speak. B, foreigners who learn Japanese tend to speak with their foreign accents. Obviously, it's hard to turn it off, but I want you to try and forget habits you picked up on pronouncing vowels and try and imitate what you hear on Japanese TV. You notice Japanese vowels sound different from other languages somehow, right? Try talking with your cheeks closer together. A, I, U, E, O versus A, I, U, E, O. Small differences that add up into being more native sounding. If you have trouble being confident because you don't have any specific vocabulary memorized, here's tip 2. Pre-download responses before you even start a conversation. This is generally just a good tip to everyone regardless of what language they speak, right? Especially if you're like an introvert or about to do a job interview. What if someone asks you what your favorite song is? Have an idea of what to say and how you're gonna say it before they even ask that question. Oh shit, it's my boss. He's probably gonna ask me if the reports are done. Fuck, I still have 5 more pages to go. Oi, Cowboy Kevin, 業務報告書まだ終わってねえのかおい。あともうちょい、あと5枚しか残ってねえのだ。Okay? Quit your bitching. Okay, so those are the basics of sounding more like a well-adept speaker. But we're not done yet. You can be confident and spit out responses like an expert, but people can still and will manage to read through the facade. That's where these tips come in. Tip number 3, update your vocabulary. If you've been learning from a textbook this entire time, your Japanese may sound something like this. Konnichiwa. Watashi no namae wa McLovin desu. Kyou wa totemo atsui desu ne. I'm telling you right now, I'm only gonna say this once. You talk like an NPC and frankly sound like a fucking psychopath. First reason is that you're being way too polite. Textbooks and professors always teach Japanese in a neutral, polite, easy to understand style vocab, which is nowhere near how natives speak. Especially if you live in a place filled with young swag people like Arachi or something. What you want to do is try upgrading your vocab to be more unrefined. I always refer to this as talking in a more masculine manner. It's something everyone does to be more casual, not just like an NPC like all the time. You have words like these. Instead, try using these. Sounds a bit more casual. These words are too boring. Personalize your sentences with one of these bad boys, huh? And these words are too lengthy for casual use. You can shorten them down and sound more greetable in the process. Speaking of shortening, here's tip number 4, which is pretty much like tip number 3. Simplify and dumb down your sentences. Once you get used to talking with natives, you start to notice they don't always use articles, pronouns, or even copulas like half the time, so sentences can look like this. The rule is, if the sentence can be understood without them, they could be omitted. This is the fundamental of being casual in speech. And to really tie everything down, try incorporating slang into your sentences. The most common slang include egu, which means something like crazy or next level. There's also meroi, which is a slang used to emphasize how much you love a particular person. Kyapai is when something is out of hand, like capacity over. Emoi, dasai, kimoi, yabai. There's a lot recently, but words like egu is incredibly common among young people, so use that as often as you can. There's also this phenomenon where names get compressed cause, it's easier. Master using them and you'll sound like a true native 100%. So those are my tips to speaking like a native. Just keep practicing, try having conversations with an actual native, and you'll be there in no time. If you have trouble finding natives, I recommend looking up Japanese Discord channels and try conversing with them. Follow their speech patterns and the word they use because it's free. They like talking with people on the internet, and internet people are casual as fuck. Also, it's free. Don't spend money on textbooks. Anyways, that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Mississippi Queen. Mississippi Queen. You know what I mean. Mississippi Queen. She told me everything. Went down around to Vicksburg. Run Louisiana way. Lit the Cajun lady aboard the Mississippi Queen.